my first official sit of 2024. It's October the 4th. It's October the 5th. It's October the 8th. My target buck, Crosby, has been in this backfield in daylight the last 2 nights, which is super exciting. I have really, 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 really high hopes for tonight. It is October the 10th. It's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. We had a crazy hunt 2 nights ago. Crosby came out just like I expected, although he came out from a different area than I expected, downwind of me. He walked right in front of me, 10 yards right here. And because he came out downwind, I had to wait to get the windows open. By the time I did, and I was by myself in here, getting the windows open, getting adjusted on him, he was so close to me, he was kind of aware something's going on, so I was trying to be careful. And by the time I got all set, and he just walked through. He wasn't feeding or anything. He just walked straight through. By the time I finally got everything set up and a full draw on him, he was at 40 yards, and he turned straight away, and he just walked away. Well, it's me. Day 4, hunt number 4, in the backfield. Thursday, I was hoping to see Crosby again, but I didn't see him. I did see one of our other 4.5-year-old 10-pointers, Hitchhiker, who I would have shot. He came out only about 85 yards to the east of me here, and never presented a shot. Stayed out pretty far the whole time. But it was cool to see him. But last night, Crosby came through here. I don't know, maybe 6 minutes after dark, which he did that. The last time I tried to hunt him, he did that. He came out 6 minutes before dark, and then he came out during legal. And so I'm hoping he does that again. It's like 83 degrees, October the 12th. This 3-year-old just made a scrape and urinated right next to me. Awesome. Super awesome. It's October the 25th in the evening, but it's November the 5th. It is the morning of November the 7th. Good morning and happy November the 9th. It's my favorite day to hunt. It is opening day of Indiana's firearm season 2024. It's November the 16th. It's November the 21st. Well, good evening. It is, what day is it? It's December the 7th. It's the opening day of muzzleloader season. And we're back at it. I actually came out and hunted one day in the last week, and my target buck, King Louie, had been coming to our other field, the runway, a couple nights after dark. And so I thought, man, we had a really cold day. I thought, man, maybe with this conditions he'll slip in a little bit before last light. And hunted there. Didn't really see anything. Had a doe come out late. As I'm getting down, I see off in the distance a white-tail flag, and it ran past my cell cam, and I figured that was probably, a doe and a fawn or whatever. Turns out it was him. He came into the field again 5 minutes after legal light. So, anyway. Got a text from my neighbor this morning that he had shot a good one and thought it was the one I was after, and sure enough, he was right. Our neighbor to the north, who, again, I thought that he had kind of changed his spot and maybe was somewhere else. And so He texted me, told me he got him, and was nice enough to come meet me. So here he is. Good evening and happy Friday the 13th to you. It is December 13th, and I'm back at it. If you watch my videos, you know that the buck I was after that I named King Louis was killed by the neighbor last week, marking my second year in a row where I've lost my target buck to a neighbor. And if you also remember, I had quite a few deer that were targets to start the season, but I haven't seen any of them, some of them in months. And so, you know, we're nearing the end, and so stay tuned. Hey, it's pretty late on December the 21st, and I just got home, and the reason that I'm coming at you pretty late is because I shot one of our target bucks tonight. It was a pretty good night. Went out with Dad, decided I wanted to sit together, and honestly, Dad's been seeing all the deer this year, and so I said, Dad, whichever stand you want to go to, I'll go there with you. You pick. You seem to be the magic man this year, and he picked the runway, and sure enough, it was the one. The wide 8 stepped out maybe 30 minutes before last light. I wasn't sure if it was him or not, and was definitely happy to find when we recovered him that it was indeed the wide 8. He's not a big scoring deer. He, in fact, only scored about 120 inches, but he is a 4-year-old, which is what we were after this year. And so I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled to be tagged out. So anyway, enjoy. Well, oh, there's a deer right there. That's a buck, I think. I was just about to do the video. We're coming into the last 30 minutes or so. And there, a deer just stepped out of the field, so I'll make it quick. It's December 21st, winter solstice. Potentially our last hunt of the year. And things just got exciting, so wish us luck. Stay tuned. Well, that buck that stepped out was a nice 3 or 4-year-old 8-pointer. He might be the one that my dad passed during firearm, but he also looked a little bigger to me. I don't know if it's just end of the season desperation or not, but he came into 110 yards. And I shot him with the muzzleloader. I felt really good. I felt really steady. He ran straight off the field. And you know, with the smoke of the muzzleloader, it's hard to tell. So we're walking back. We're gonna get the UTV. I want to give him about an hour before we start tracking, but hey, shot a buck. So hopefully we can recover him. Stay tuned. Well, we did it. Nice 110-yard poke with the muzzleloader. He took us a second to find blood in the field, but not terribly long. We found it, and then we tracked it straight to him. He didn't make it 60 yards into the woods. And yeah, so good, beautiful double lung shot, good ethical kill, and I couldn't be happier. This is actually one of our hit list bucks, the wide 8. We had a buck that I tracked most of the season that was kind of short tined, but a little wider, and looked to be 4.5. I was wondering at times, but looking at his body now, I think he's 4.5, and so I couldn't be happier. December 21st, had my dad with me, who's behind the camera now, and man, it's been a long season. But the season didn't really start on October the 4th. It actually began all the way back here. It is July the 20th, and season is just, you know, honestly a little over 2 months away. And so we're out here doing some prep. I just mowed what's going to be this little 1/4 acre kill plot here just north of a 2-acre soybean field that's in the area we call the runway. We changed things up this year, only making a 2-acre field. So, and I noticed a lot of them coming out of the woods north of the beans and then staying on the north end, and then it didn't really do me any good, especially in archery. So I've changed things a bit. I'm going to primarily hunt the stand during archery season, and I'll be right here on this 1/4 acre fall food plot, and then reserve the redneck for firearms, because it'll only be, you know, about 150-yard poke into this fall plot. And sure enough, the white 8 stepped out north of the plot, worked his way inside of the 150 yards while feeding on soybeans. Anyway, man, I feel just incredibly grateful to be sitting behind this deer, and yeah, closing the chapter on another season, and stay tuned for more action in the future.